Claire A. Gill, Commanding General, United States Army Aviation Center of Excellence in Fort Rucker. Welcome to the second and third quarters, fiscal year 26, installation volunteer ceremonies. I'm Chris Moore, and I'll be the narrator for today's event. I'd also like to welcome our special guests and volunteer supporters. Mrs. Dyla Cole, spouse of the Deputy Commanding General, Brigadier General Cole, and the Combat Readiness Command team, Brigadier General Mrs. John Curry and Command Sergeant Major Steve Gibbs. Today we are proud to shine a bright light on the extraordinary volunteers who selflessly pour their time, passion, and unique talents into the Fort Rucker and Wiregrass communities. Your willingness to serve as a guiding beacon. By stepping forward, you empower Fort Rucker to create vital opportunities and deliver essential support across the installation. You are the driving force behind our mission, and we are truly privileged to honor and celebrate you today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our guest speaker for today's ceremony, the Fort Rucker Garrison Commander, Colonel Jeffrey L. Paulus.
Can you guys hear me? Ladies, sir, Sub-Major, thank you for coming. You know, I've been in command for about 13 months. When I got here last summer, the Garrison Command Sergeant Major at the time, Gary Williams, one of the very first things he said to me was, "Sir, you know, there's a charm about Fort Rucker." And I didn't really understand what he meant. I liked it, like it sounds good, but I didn't have any idea what he meant. Now that I've been doing this for a year, a little more than a year, arguably I know what I'm doing, but I do in fact know what he meant. I have actually internalized that and have come to really appreciate the sentiment that that conveys. Because there is a charm about this place, right? This place, there's 104 garrisons in the whole Army, and this place is unique. It is special. And there's a lot of reasons why that's true. But I think two of the big reasons, number one, the community that exists here is unlike any other place I've served, right? The community on post, but also the community off post, and how we are able to come together and support each other and work together to just make everyone's lives better. But the other thing that I think really helps the charm of this place is you. The volunteers in this community are an unheralded and underappreciated aspect of why this place is so great. Just this past week, 2 weekends ago, I had an opportunity to go to the Friends Army Aviation and do the Survivor Outreach Services event. And it was delightful, right? It was lovely. And then the fact that, you know, you guys take the opportunity to fly graduates and their families every 2 weeks, like that doesn't exist anywhere else. Right? I have to go to the museum for, I don't know, no less than once a week for a thing. Our museum is amazing. It is absolutely wonderful. And it is one of the very best museums in the entirety of the DoD. And that's because of you. Right? The work that you are doing in this community with the Cub Scouts or the Boy Scouts or the Scouts, I guess as they're called now, which will be there tonight because girls want to come. Right? Within ACLC, within the service organizations that exist off post that let our community understand the quality and nature of our service members is something that is not easily replicated, and it doesn't exist anywhere else, right? You are a huge part of the charm, and the gift that you have given to this community is a big reason why this place is special, right? That gift is your time, the most precious thing that any of us have. And you are choosing to share it with with me, personally. And I appreciate it, right? And I mean, I don't want to, I can't really put a price on it. I mean, I can, right? For this quarter, it's 22,000 hours and $800,000 that your efforts have quite frankly saved me. So personally, as the garrison commander, the dude whose name is on the sign of this place, but as someone who has directly benefited, someone for whom my family has directly benefited from your efforts, I want to say thank you. This is but a very small token of my thanks. But this place would not be the same without it. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Pauls. At this time, I'd like to invite Ms. Cespedes up forward to assist with presenting the awards. To our Fort Rucker volunteers, today is just a small token of our immense gratitude, a humble salute to your selflessness in giving so much to our community while asking for nothing in return. Each volunteer of the quarter receives a certificate of appreciation signed by the commanding general and an Alabama peanut lapel pin. The citation reads, for your selection as Fort Rucker's volunteer of the second and third quarter, your invaluable contributions, loyalty, dedication, and commitment to Fort Rucker and the Wiregrass communities are indicative of your deep sense of caring for others. Your selfless service reflects great credit upon yourself, your organization, Fort Rucker, and the United States Army. You are truly above the best. Signed, Claire A. Gill, Major General, United States Army, Commanding General. Volunteers, as I call your name, please come to the front. Family and friends, you'll have the opportunity to take photos after each individual has been recognized. Our first recipients are soldiers from 1st and 11th Aviation Regiment who have built strong relationship, fostered goodwill, and are passionate about giving back to the community that supports them. They dedicated countless hours to mile-long highway cleanups, improving roadways throughout the local area, and ensuring safer, cleaner environments for everyone. They provided support with flag placement at Meadow Lawn Cemetery and the PX 5K Superhero Run for child abuse prevention. These soldiers are Zoe Poiche, Joshua DeGardi, Douglas Goodnight, Joshua Masters,
Wait for it.
Ana Osario Landa, Reynolds Peel, Brandon Teschler,
Sky Horse.
Bianca Washington. And Keegan Willies. Our next recipient is a soldier from 1st to the 13th Aviation Regiment. This volunteer embodies the very spirit of volunteerism, balancing demanding duties with steadfast commitment to community service. Through active participation on regional events, including the Festival in the Park, the St. Patrick's Day 5K, the Memorial Day Flag Placement, Friends of Army Aviation Hangar Support Initiative, and Freedom Fest, they have repeatedly demonstrated outstanding responsibility and unwavering dependability. This soldier is Kayla Vidales. Our next recipients are volunteers from AMCOM ACLC. These volunteers embody the true spirit of service through their unwavering commitment to our military and local communities. From preserving Army aviation history at the Fort Rucker Aviation Museum to saving lives through support for Life South Community Blood Centers, this extraordinary team consistently goes above and beyond. Beyond their military duties, they actively mentor and inspire our youth on local sports fields, serving as trusted coaches in soccer and softball through their selfless leadership, generous spirit, and dedicated volunteerism. ACLC has made a lasting positive impact across Fort Rucker and the surrounding region. These volunteers are Elizabeth Johnson Bailey,
Yes.
John Logsden, Raymond Roy, Lance Schick, and Aiden Theinpont. Our next volunteers are from Fort Rucker's Troop 50. Our exceptional volunteers proved indispensable to the troop's success, providing steady guidance during weekly meetings and working hands-on to clean, organize, and prepare the Hearsing Scout Reservation for summer camp. Behind the scenes, their diligent logistical coordination ensured that scout registrations were processed on time, critical medical forms were fully secured, and gear trailers were packed and loaded with precision. When the camp was hit by a week of relentless rain, these leaders rose to the challenge, maintaining strict safety accountability while keeping morale high so that scouts could stay engaged and have a fantastic camp experience despite the elements. These volunteers are Lee Champion, Randy James, Lynette James, Alicia Kim, McCarthy. The next group of volunteers is from Army Aviation Association of America, Quad A. During quarters 2 and 3, the Aviation Center Chapter Executive Board dedicated hundreds of hours to support Army aviation soldiers, families, and the local Wiregrass community. Key volunteer contributions included supporting 13 colored hat ceremonies to welcome newly trained soldiers, hosting a strategic planning session alongside regular board meetings to align chapter operations, and executing the March 20th No Frills Golf Tournament to raise funds for the Fort Rucker Aviation Ball. Additionally, board members initiated early logistics for the August Annual Scholarship Foundation Golf Tournament, represented the chapter at Quad A Annual Summit in Nashville for professional development, maintained regional ties via monthly military veteran committee meetings, managed national awards, and coordinated the June 1st Scholarship Recognition Social. Collectively, these efforts directly advanced scholarship fundraising, fostered professional development, and strengthened vital community partnerships. These volunteers are Cassandra Lane, Joshua Lane, Sean McKay,
Yep, indeed. All right.
The next group of volunteers is from the Friends of Army Aviation. During the second and third quarters of fiscal year 26, Friends of Army Aviation volunteers demonstrated exceptional operational readiness by executing 47 of 50 scheduled missions across Alabama and Georgia, dedicating hundreds of combined hours to sustain a highly demanding flight and outreach schedule. Their collective support directly enabled 15 graduate ride events, 13 funeral honor and memorial missions, 10 living history flight experiences, and multiple static displays and flyovers at notable regional events like the Wings Over North Georgia Air Show and youth aviation summer camps, in addition to conducting essential behind-the-scenes aircraft maintenance, safety coordination, and passenger processing. Volunteers led professional development sessions to maintain a mission-ready force and hosted military student groups. Through these diverse and compassionate services, the volunteers acted as a vital force multiplier, preserving Army aviation history, honoring fallen veterans, and strengthening bonds with the regional military and Wiregrass communities. These volunteers are Christopher Cowman,
It won't be Facebook official, but I can't.
and Randy Godfrey. Our final recipients are being recognized as the Fort Rucker Volunteers of the Quarter for their respective quarters. These individuals were nominated and then selected by a board panel consisting of 3 anonymous judges. The volunteer of the second quarter is an air traffic control operator for High Bluff Stagefield. Her commitment to selfless service is admired by all the soldiers and civilians she works with. She ensures that she is actively seeking out volunteer opportunities to be a participant. She takes her service to Fort Rucker and the community seriously and encourages other soldiers to do the same. The award for the Fort Rucker Volunteer of the second quarter goes to Bianca Washington. volunteer of the third quarter embodies the very spirit of volunteerism, balancing demanding cadre duties with a steadfast commitment to community service. Through participation in the Festival in the Park, the St. Patrick's Day 5K, Memorial Day flag placement,
It's over.
the FOAA Hangar Support Effort, and Freedom Fest, she has repeatedly demonstrated responsibility, made meaningful contributions, and proven herself remarkably dependable. Her efforts have not only enhanced the success of newer events, but she has also reflected positively on the unit and strengthened community relationships. Her leadership, dedication, and unwavering dependability make her an invaluable asset to Alpha Company and a truly deserving candidate for the Volunteer of the Quarter. The Volunteer of the third quarter is Kayla Vidales. This concludes the volunteer presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, round of applause, please. So this concludes today's ceremony. The fourth quarter volunteer ceremony is tentatively scheduled for 18 November. Nominations for it are due the 23rd of October. At this time, we'd like all volunteers, along with command representatives, to come to the front of the room for a group photo. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Love the best.
Word.
Well done.